Hello everyone, in today's video we'll learn how to create LED text animation and we can add an emoji. On the home view we can choose different font and text color, background color and text size. We can add more text. This will be fully dynamic. If we hit the play, to create the LED text, actually the idea is very simple. What we need a background with very small circles. After that we'll add the text and we'll mask the text with this image. Let's create a simple example. After that we'll make it dynamic. So we need first thing is Z stack, and I need the geometry reader to know the height and the width of the screen, because based on that we will display the image, background and the animation. And I have all the images and the color over here. Add renderer mode so to be able to change the color of the background. Now if you do foreground color, you can change the background color. We have here empty space. Let's just add ignore save value to the Z stack. So now we need to add the text. Size will be 200. Just add fixed size. And the rotation by 90. Because we have the geometry reader, always the geometry reader start from the 0 on the X and 0 on the Y. This is why all to the top. Let's add the position and the X. Divided by 2 will be on the center. And I will mask the text with this image. Just copy paste this one. As you see, let's add the animation. We have here the show state. We'll say if show is true, we'll push it to the set side to the top by -500, else will be 1000 to the bottom. So on the Z stack, I'll add on appear the animation. Will take 10 seconds and will repeat. So now we're moving to the -500. start again from here, but we need to push it more to the bottom. And now it's work fine if we have like one word like SwiftUI, but what if we have a long text? Let's see what will happen. Let's make this 5 seconds. I will repeat from here. You see, will never be finished all of the screen. So we need to know the size width of the text, and based on the size width, we will push the text out the screen. First thing, I need an state. I will name it text width. Or text size. And on the text field, I will add in a background. Inside this background, I will add geometry to know the size of the text. We'll return just in color. And the text size will be the text geometry reader. And we return color clear. So now let's just display the text size. Let's see the numbers. So now it's 600. If we do more text, as you see, 1000. So now we have the numbers. Let's go on appear. We'll just delete this. I need one more state for the offset. So first thing, I want to push this text all to the bottom, outside the screen. First thing, I will cut this on a pair, make it inside the geometry. So we can use this geometry numbers. And the offset will be equal geometry dot size dot height of the screen plus text size and divide it by 2. Now add an animation. but the text starts from here because the animation starts before getting the new value, so we need to add delay between them. First I want to get the numbers, and after that I will start the animation. I will add very small delay. Will be 0.01 second, and delay for the animation will be just 1 second. If we refresh the view now, as you see, we'll start from here. Start again. And if we add more text, so on the finishing up, we need to pass in the font, text color, background color, and the text size. So I will just copy paste all this. We need the binding, so we need to pass in this information from other views. First thing, this one will be the text width, not the text size. So let's just copy this. And let's just add the color. And in here we need a custom font and the text size. We pass in the font and the text size. I will just delete this one. And let's add the color. Pass in the text color. We have this error. Let's just comment the view, and we don't need this text anymore. On the app, we have here small view for LED. I have already created this view. We have done this before, the same thing, an image and text, and we mask the text by this image. Now we have here 4 different selection for a font, text color, and color background, text size. Each one have a different information. Here array of font, and here array of colors. So I need to create a data model for these informations. I'll just copy paste the model here. This model have an ID and an item, like an item name. For example, we have A, B, A, C, just the title, and the font, size, and color. All have a default value. Because I need to create different arrays, and each array have different value. For example, array of font or array of size only, not all. For example, if I create an array and name it items, will be of type data model. Now when I call data model, I can choose which value I want. For example, I want the size and the item. I'll do item 100 and the size 100. I will repeat this 3 times. Let's just display all these items on the screen. Make it inside a circle. I want to add circle on top this items to know which one we have selected. And I will add on tab gesture. We need a state for the selection. We are inside the for each, and when I select, for example, on 100, I will be the value equal the selected. Selected will be the item dot item name, and for the circle will be only the one we have selected. Selected equal item dot item if is that true will be white, else clear. So now if I select this one, it'll be the 100, 150, 200. And let's add scale effect. Select this one. But we have a problem. I don't want always item.item. Maybe I want item.font or the size. So I want to make this one dynamic, and we can choose which value we want. New variable, name it KeyPath priority. V of type KeyPath. The data model. The type will be string. Just comment this one, we don't need it, and we don't need this one also. But we need to pass an array because we will make this view reusable, because we have here the font, text, and color. And here will be the key path. Here too. and on the finishing up, each one have a title, font, and so on. We'll make this one inside the VStack. And we will add the font also. I will create a new view and name it setting a view. We'll display this view on the text field and all the selections. Also, one last thing, let's go back to the select. We need to make this one binding. First thing, let's start with creating this text field. I need the text. Let's just push this text a little bit to the right by leading. And the frame of height will be 60. Let's add the background color. For now, I will make it gray. And the text color will be white always. And we need the button will be from trailing So right now, if I keep going, you see that the text is going behind the button, but I don't want this. So what I will do, I will add the padding to the text field from the right side. By 60. So now when I'm typing, the text will stop over here. You see, you can do it like 70. I think 70 is better. Yeah. And for the action, I will add state, name it show. Inside the action, not a label. Make the background black again. I will create a new view for the text field to make this view clear. I will just cut all this, paste it over here, and now we can just call this one. Let's start by creating the font selection. The first thing, we need an array. We just close this one. This one, array of font, have the title and the font. So I need an v stack. Now if I call the selection, I need to pass in the title, name it font, and array of items will be the fonts. The selection, need to create state, and for the key path we can choose which value we want. And here if you type dot, you can see all the values. So I need the font value. And now we have this font. Also I need to align all these items to the left side. So in the vstack alignment, I need alignment inside the selection also. I have created 3 selection, one for the font and the color and for the background color. And here I have 4 different arrays. And I have made this all binding because we will use this view from the home view. But we need one more selection for the font size, this one. But for the problem is when we create this selection, we will take only string value, not a CG float. So I will create a new view with the same code, but we will change one thing. We'll make this one and this value CG float. We just copy paste here, everything's the same, but we change only this one. The selection will be of type CG float, and this one also will be CG float. We go back to the setting view, we add for the text size. And one last thing, we need to add this small view also, small LED. We just copy paste and we pass in all the values. This one for the text, font, text color, background color, text size, and so on. So let's go to the home view. We need all the values, same thing, the font and the colors, text color, so on. I'll display the setting view. Here we go, all the items. I'll make this inside scroll view. And ignore the save area. Let's go back to the setting view and I will add the padding from the left and right side to the V stack and the padding. I want to add different background color. And then here I'll say if show is false, it will display this view. Else will display the content view with LED animation. If I type anything here, choose the font, the color, the background color, and the size, hit play. Okay, we forget to add the text. And here will be just the text. Go back to the home view. But we need one more thing, we need to add a button to get back to the setting view or the home view. And here I will add an overlay. And this is the button. If we type something, go back, have this back button. but we have but we have problem with the font. If we choose this one, for example, it's not changing because we have here two font. We need just to read this one. So now let's change the font, choose this one, and we can tap on this button to go back, change the background color. Let's just run the app and test this on the simulator. If we tap anything, SwiftUI, I'll make font 200. It's work fine. But if we tap on this button and make a font in horizontal way, we'll zoom in. And I want to display this feature. So I will go to the app name, to the general, and here we can uncheck all this. If we run the app again, if we hit this button again, make it horizontal, will be always the same.